What's up, you beauties? You know how we do things here, okay? I love, I friggin' love you guys, and you know that. And I've made that so drastically clear that I'll do what I need to do when it comes to like making you guys happy. So if I'm gonna put out an Instagram poll and be like, hey, who wants to listen to me, bitch and moan about whatever's going on in my life? And 3,000 of you are like, me, I do. Who am I to say no? So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and we are better than we've ever been. Not mentally, actually, not physically either. But welcome to the No One Asked for This podcast. It is, what day is it? It's Friday, November 21st. It is 12:16 p.m. We are here at the beautiful First Rounds on Me studio. Listen, I can't express to you enough how much I appreciate how all of this has come together. I'm going to be totally real with you. I loved doing this podcast when I first started it. And, I had a lot of really cool guests on who I loved. And I had like Shelby Lattimore. I had Joe Dombrowski. I had Gaspare Renzano. I definitely butchered that name, but Gasper, you're fine. You love me. Like a lot of really cool people and like friends of mine. And I like talking, So it's like, I think what I disconnected on it all was like, I have trouble believing that anyone would want to listen to me talk for like a long time because I hear my own voice and I'm like, ugh. But I don't know. I think the thing for me is I want to meet you all where you're at. And some people just need like something to listen to. It's like I listen to talk podcasts. None of them are, scheduled or scripted or anything. And like that type of shit just isn't what you're going to get here. You're just going to get some straightforward like complaining and just all the stuff that's going on in my life. But I do want to start out every podcast with something to just like set the mood. There's just simply enough bad shit going on in the world. And I want to start off every podcast with a little bit of good news. So I'm going to go to the Today website. It's fine. We're going to go to the Today website. I'm going to read some of these trending things and we're going to respond. And I want everybody to be just like present with me on this. This is good stuff that's happening. This is real headlines of things that are happening in the world. And I want it to sort of like give a little bit of balance to like this spectrum of like, all right, the world's just bad. I should be depressed about it. I get that mentality. I'm susceptible to that as well. But this is something that you can sort of like put up against that, right? So here we go. First, good news. All right, let's see. A baker delivers free birthday cakes to homeless people saying they're our neighbors. Manalo Betancourt, owner of Manalo's Bakery in Charlotte, North Carolina, has been giving out cakes to his homeless neighbors for more than 12 years. Listen, there are good people in the world. There really are. There's a bunch of bad shit happening all the time. This person is giving birthday cakes to homeless people. And I'm going to be real with you. I live in New York now. The homeless population in New York is enormous. And I feel like what we're coming to find here is that it's like they're so willing to accept good things, obviously. But when you see in their eyes, like the reaction to some of these things, it just shows you that it's like, yes, we are all human beings and we all like feeling supported by our fellow human beings. So first thing, baker delivers free birthday cakes to homeless people. That's huge. Oh, God. Okay. Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen fulfills customer's special request. His dog's last meal. Don't do this to me right now. Don't do this to me right now. Cousin Homer ordered his dog Bella's final meal from Cheddar's and was blown away by the restaurant's response. A Scratch Kitchen made a dog's last meal. And you know what? That dog had the best day of its life and it deserved it. Oh, and we got a special little bit that we're going to do. So First Rounds on Me also has a cafe in the very front of the store, and they make these amazing beverages. What is this? Oh my God, Joe, what am I looking at right now?
Guess.
Is it s'mores? I have no idea. Do I have like COVID right now? What is this? a peppermint winter latte. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to be doing the podcast here for the rest of my life. Do we do a taste test? Do we do a 1 through 10? I'm going to burn the shit out of my tongue. Joe, who made this? What's the name of the person who made this? Scott! Great work, Scott! You're doing amazing! I love you. Yeah, Scott's my new friend. Have I met Scott? I've met Scott. I don't know. Who knows? That is like one of the better drinks I've ever had in my whole life. 2 things you need to know. First off, I'm not a huge fan of peppermint. Whenever I drink something peppermint, it reminds me of Svedka, but without the fun aftermath of drinking Svedka. It just reminds me of like those shots in high school that you take and you hate yourself and you hate the whole experience. But then after you're like, I'm a teenager and I'm drunk. But that made me hate peppermint. This is bomb. It is absolutely bomb. Second thing, I usually don't like hot drinks because I have the temperature regulation of a 4-year-old and I'm like a huge like bitch when it comes to it. This was so worth the burnt tongue. It is absolutely delicious. So if you want a peppermint winter latte, come over to First Rounds on Me. I mean, the place is gorgeous. You should come here anyway. And I'm going to be sipping this, and I love extra caffeine. I already had like 2 coffees today. So this is about to be a bonkers podcast. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. These guys are the shit. Oh, my God. Okay. So where was I? Good news. If I cough during this podcast, it's because I ran the New York City Marathon a couple weeks ago, and my lungs were like, hey, homie. 1 second. My lungs were like, hey, homie, we don't do these things. We are not built for these things. We walk slow. We avoid stairs. Yeah, so I had bronchitis the week after, which we're going to get into like the last 2 weeks of my life, and it was absolutely insane. But good news. That dog's last meal, I hope he had the sloppiest, most disgusting, most delicious human food that you could possibly find that dog. And I hope he mouthed that. I hope that dog is resting peacefully. And you know what? That place, what's the place called? Let me find it. Cheddar's Scratch Kitchen. You have a special place in heaven, okay? And I'm still deciding if like that's all real, but if it is, you have a special place there. All right, let's do one more. When he had oh my God, stop it. When he had no one in the ER, his Uber driver stayed. How one act of kindness changed their lives forever. That one act of kindness helped me see the good in the world again. This guy's Uber driver who drove him to the ER stayed with him in the ER so that he wasn't alone for 13 hours. Holy shit, I do not do enough. That is insane. Listen, these are your examples, okay? So I get a lot of DMs from people and they're like, hey, I need advice, which we're going to get to the advice portion soon. But like, I'm just feeling really low, right? And I think that what our generation has done wrong recently is that we front load what is horrifying and disturbing, and you can't really look away because it's easier to sell a car crash over like a car stopping at a red light, right? So like these news sources and a lot of like the social media, you need to understand that we've created this algorithm brick by brick where when something shocking happens, you're going to watch the whole video through, right? And news works in a similar way where it's like they're going to give you the craziest, most depressing, most shocking pieces of news because they know that you're going to watch, right? And I think it's a tough sort of like back and forth to deal with because you never really know what's on the other side of the spectrum where it's like there's actually a lot of really beautiful stuff happening. So if anybody has pieces of good news that they want to send me, no one asked for this pod at gmail.com, send them away. I'll feature your good news. I love just like, I want to front load the good news for you and the happiness and the excitement because like There's enough bad shit. We've dealt with it. It's just, it's not something that's feeding us as people, and I don't think it's something that we need to really put in our subconsciouses anymore. So I think that if you're someone who's reaching out to me and you're like, yo, I'm feeling just a little down, like I don't feel like myself, I'm feeling a little low, I think one thing that you should start off doing is like ask yourself, like, hey, am I reading and watching really horrifying, disturbing things every day? If the answer to that question is yes, I think you should really consider stepping away from those things. If you find them all on social media, take a break from it. Or when you're on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts, if you click the little three dots on the bottom, usually right-hand corner of the screen, and choose not interested, it's not going to send you things like that. Okay? So if you choose not interested, you can stay on the app and you'll be fine, but it won't show you things that are similar to what you just watched. So whether it's political or just really scary or really shocking and you know it's affecting you and your mental health, it's like, you don't have to do that. You know, like you can have control over that. And sometimes it's that control that can really change the game for you, right? So I also think that a break from social media is good for a lot of people. Recently, the other day, my family always has to have, well, not always, but my family chooses to have an early Thanksgiving because Ranya's family, they're Greeks. So they do everything very Greek. And they go hard for these holidays, and they have like 400 people there. And, you know, these dates are set like a year in advance. So on the day of Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's sometimes, I'm with them, which is great. I love being with them. But we get to do an early Thanksgiving and early Christmas for my family. And honestly, I think we're starting to like kind of prefer it because we don't like to have to do anything on the actual holiday. So if we can just get it out of the way early on like a weekend before, it's great. But what the hell was I talking about? Literally, what was I talking about? Good stuff, politics. Whatever. But we did an early Thanksgiving and we had all the family there, and it was just like, it was really, really nice to just be able to like hear what everybody's up to. Oh, that's what I was talking about. So at the early Thanksgiving, one of our family friends, she came and she was telling us, we were talking about like social media and all that because it's like, it's my job. And we were talking about just all these different things. And she was like, I was like, I'll show you this. And she was like, no, don't. I'm taking a break from social media. And like, we took a picture with the whole family and I tried to tag her and I was like, Casey, where's your at? Like, whatever. And she was like, no, like I deleted it. It's gone. Like I don't have access to it. And I mean, good on her, because I think that that's actually a really great call for a lot of people these days. So if you feel like you're really just like losing the plot and you want to sort of restart, I think a good first step would be like any media, just tone it down a little bit, because your brain is taking in information at a rate that's hard to handle for anyone. For me, I'm 29, you know, even my parents, you know, they take in information at an incredibly high rate. And it doesn't matter the age. You could be in 6th grade, you could be my age, you could be my parents' age. It's too much for the human brain, you know? So I think that that's a really good first step if you're just feeling super overwhelmed. But a good second step, read some good news. Sometimes these heartwarming stories, they'll really change the game for you. And I think it's worth playing around with because it's out there. You just watch me. It took me a 30-second search and I found it. So search for the good news, okay? And if there's something that you see on social media that is that good news, it's like, favorite that, like it, interact with that. TikTok is a business. They want your money. They want your eyeballs. Fill what you see with all good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, I have had the busiest 3 weeks of my life, bar none. It's not even close. Okay, so I'm going to give you the rundown. I think anyone who's watching this, you probably follow me on things, and you probably know most of these things, but I'm going to do this in order, okay? First and foremost, I had my birthday on Halloween. I turned 29 years old. I feel like I'm mentally like 12 years old. And I think to one extent that's a bad thing, but to one extent it's a really great thing, because I think that this time in my life, I'm really putting in the work for like an inner child healing type of thing. And I feel like my inner child would look at what I'm doing right now and be like, yo, you have millions of people watching you speak, like I used to, like, I always tell people, I'm like, I used to get my desk put in the hallway in school because I would talk all the time. And like, yes, it's funny because like you imagine like little Poindexter me sitting in the hallway, chubby little fingers. But like also it's detrimental to like how you see your voice and your role in the world, because I don't know, like your brain comes up with the things that you think of, but your voice gets them to the world. And I think when you get so criticized about how much you talk or when you talk or the way that you talk, and these people, these teachers and administrators who are in roles of discipline, they're telling you like, Tyler, you got to shut up. Stop talking. I don't want to hear your voice. If I hear your voice again, I'm taking away your recess. Great. I can't get any energy out. What do you think that's going to turn into? It's going to turn into me wanting to talk more. And it's like, it's a really shitty situation. And I think that it had more of an effect on me as a person going through like those formative, like middle school, high school, early college years. Like I was deeply, deeply insecure, and I just faked all the confidence for a long time. But I think that this like surge of like people want to hear what I'm saying, whether it be on social media or podcasting or visiting podcasts and all this, it really helped me actually like be as confident as I was pretending to be. And it just like kind of allowed me to look at myself a little bit differently. But yeah, no, 29-year-old me is doing things that, 10, 12-year-old me would just be really psyched. Like I remember I was watching, I used to watch that kid. What was his name? He used to put that voice filter on. It was a super high pitch. Fred. I don't know if the people watching this are like too young to know who Fred is. He was also like on iCarly for a little bit. If you don't know what iCarly is, you're way too young to know what Fred is. But he was this YouTube creator, right? And he'd make these super silly like day in the life vlogs where he'd have this crazy high filter and be like, my name's Fred. And I used to watch, and it's brain rot, but it was really well done videography. He had like this whole storyline. It was episodes, and I would watch and I was like, this shit's so cool. This is a kid who has millions of people showing up to watch him just like play around in a little pool with like floaties on and just like be weird, and just like highlight how weird we are, that. And then I used to watch, oh my God, I watched Ray William Johnson a lot because he would just like, I liked the way he spoke, and I liked the way they edited his films and all this, his videos and all this. And then I used to watch Jenna Marbles. And I think that when I was a kid and I was watching that stuff, like I just saw it as comedy. It's entertainment. I'm just going to watch it. I'm going to enjoy it. When in reality, there was more to it. Like I'm actually really proud that I looked at that. I got encouragement from that. And, a decade later, I kind of made it happen. And that's like really beautiful for me. And I really do think that my childhood self would be very, very proud of what I'm doing right now, because I'm just really happy, and it's like kind of a first for me. Like I used to tell people I was fine, and I like never was. Absolutely not. Nobody would ever say I'm not fine, because then you have to talk about it. But I think through therapy and through making important decisions in my life and like distinguishing what I need versus what I think I need or I think I want, you find you. And I think that that's kind of beautiful. And I hope that that's something that, anyone watching this right now can take away and be like, I mean, listen, if I can get to this point, you can get to this point. But big things in my life real quick, turned 29, had my party here at First Rounds on Me. it was gorgeous. It was beautiful. If you look at my Instagram or Ranya's Instagram, you can see all the pictures from it. We were dressed as what's his name? The guy from Alice in Wonderland. She was the rabbit. I was the shit. What was his name? What's the name of the guy with the orange hair? The Mad Hatter. Thank you. Thank you. I was the Mad Hatter. She was the bunny. She didn't want to be the Queen of Hearts. That surprised me, but I think Rania is just like one of those people who like can go against the grain and do it so well. It's like the most impressive thing I've ever seen. And actually, no, that's not the next thing yet. So 2 days after my birthday, I ran the New York City Marathon. Another thing that would literally just like send my 10-year-old self into a coma. I ran the marathon. I found out in the end of August that I could get a spot running with this really beautiful company called Release Recovery Foundation. It was co-founded by Zach Clark, who was on The Bachelor. He and his team, Caitlin, I love you, Caitlin. They reached out to me and they were like, hey, we have a spot for you. You've talked about wanting to run a marathon. We can get you in. And I did it for a really great cause. They help people who are struggling with mental health issues and addiction issues, and they help them get the care that they need, especially if they can't afford it. So I will run 26.2 miles for that. And I will run 26.2 miles when my now fiance and my best friend and her family and all of them are at the finish line. So last big update in my life, I got engaged. I'm again, it's like, it really does come in waves. It's an incredible thing to see these moments in your life just like cascading in such a positive way and growing into something that it's like, I have a life now, you know? And I think I was always so lost and missing something. And I said this to Rania when I proposed, where it was like, I've never been more sure that she and I have just been playing phone tag through thousands of lifetimes, just trying to find each other in like a human form so that we can just like be up at 2 a.m. laughing about some stupid shit, or, you know, like be there for each other in tough conversations where one person's feeling super low or needs encouragement or reassurance. It's like, we're that for each other. And I think that, you know, in a past life, it was like, I probably really was the golden retriever and she was the black cat, and I would piss her off and she'd pretend she hated it, you know, but, I can't even express how proud I am to call her my fiance. I can't believe we have to wait, you know, however many years to get married so that I can call her my wife. Might have to just go like elope in Vegas or something, which would be sick. But yeah, I mean, it's just good things find you when you're prepared for them. And I think that bad things find you when you need to prepare for the good things to find you. So I don't know. Listen, if I don't want this to just be like, Tyler's doing well. Like, I'm incredibly happy, and I know that there will be people in the comments congratulating me on whatever, but I want this to be like a testament to what I kind of have been telling you guys forever, where it's like, if I can find that piece of like heaven in my life, you can too, and you will. Like, everyone always says, just like, be patient, just wait. And I know it sucks to wait and it sucks to be patient, but like, you're going to get there, you know, and you're going to feel the things I'm feeling, and you're going to feel the achievements that I'm hitting. And it's like, we're going to share that celebration together like we are right now. And I cannot freaking wait for that. I mean, last but not least, we got the holidays coming up. We did the early Thanksgiving with my family, like I mentioned before. We have Greek Thanksgiving, then we're gonna do our Polish Christmas, and then Greek Christmas, and then we have New Year's, and then it's 2026, and we can see all the good stuff that happens in 2026, because 2025 was a goddamn roller coaster. Mostly of good stuff. I moved from LA to New York. We got our first apartment together. I got engaged. I did the marathon. I turned 29. I have so many friends in New York already, and I'm not done finding them. It's like, it's a lot of really, really good shit. I'm starting up this podcast again. It's like, you did that. It's just you. It's just you saying like, Tyler, we want to hear you. We want to sit in this room with you and hang out and do all this. And I could not be more grateful. So transitioning. I want to end every podcast with a section where I take advice questions from you and I give you my honest thoughts on this. I want to try to get through all of them. I put a video up saying like, hey, if you need some advice, let me know. I'll help you out. 170 of you in 3 days sent me advice questions. So obviously we don't have the time for 170, you know, like I have like 19 more minutes in this space in general, but like I'm going to try to get through as many as I possibly can. If I don't get yours, send it again. Send it again and put the headline like second time writing this. But first, I need to take a sip of my peppermint winter latte from First Rounds on Me. Is this ASMR? Does this count as ASMR? Ready? That was probably disgusting. All right, let's jump into it. Okay, so again, you guys send me what you need advice on. Oh my God. This first one is great. This one is called I Need Advice Talking to Crushes. Okay? I can't wait to give you relationship advice because I have found myself thrust into the healthiest relationship I've ever been in. I will call out the red flags. I'll tell you when your boyfriend's being a dick. I don't care. I'll let you know. Whatever. Okay, first advice of the segment. Okay, so I'm Emily, and one of my friends who is a guy is the person who I like. Difficult situation starting off with a friend. I talk to him constantly, but I have no idea if he likes me back. He's very nice to me, but seems nervous. I also don't talk to him as much as last year because I got moved into a different math class, but he still talks to me in science because he sits behind me. We make jokes. I made him a birthday present. It had a bracelet in it, and I have a matching one. He doesn't know it's matching. Interesting. That's okay. He's been my crush for over a year, and he's super nice. He's really good in school and helps me in classes where I struggle. Today in English, I struggled to read a word, and he helped me slowly saying it phonetically. I mean, you wrote the word phonetically. You did better than I probably would in that situation. I have his phone number, and I text him often, and I play an instrument. Okay. His favorite color is green, and he didn't notice the bit of purple in his bracelet, which is my favorite color. You know that look when a kid sees a puppy. Aw. That's the look he had on his face when I gave him the present. He guarded it like it was his life. He said thank you and asked about the Band-Aids on my fingers. I had gotten them from using a hot glue gun on his present, and he asked if I was okay. I said I was, and he went back to his work. Now, so I ask, how do I talk to him? I have no idea how to initiate conversation comfortably. So here's what people get wrong in relationships, especially young ones. I don't know what grade this is, what age you are, but I'm sensing like a middle school, early high school situation. And if I'm wrong, my bad, it could be earlier. But I think what people get wrong is they try to say like, all right, I need to be sexy. I need to be funny. I need to be the smart one. I need to be the most well-dressed in whatever way I need to dress to get this kid's attention. Here's the thing. The number one thing you can do to weed out the good and the bad when it comes to relationships is to be your goddamn self. Continue being yourself and intentionally be yourself around this person. Say jokes that you think are funny, not what you think he'll find funny, right? You know, wear clothes that you like, not what you think he's going to like, right? And then it's like, do what you want to do. If you're going to go do something on the weekend, tell him you're going to go do that because you like doing it. If he wants to join along, great. Here's what's going to happen. When you do that, he's going to start giving you sort of like these signs of like, oh, you like to make bracelets? I also like making bracelets. Maybe we should like make other bracelets for each other. Keep that in the back of your mind. You're like, oh, we kind of clicked on that and I'm just being myself and he likes it. Then wear whatever you want. If you want to wear top to bottom black goth emo outfit because you think it's cool, wear that shit and wear the shit out of it. And he, if he's the person you should be around, will be like, yo, you look sick. I love it. You know, your shoes are, you got 15-inch platforms on. I dig those. He's looking at you like a skyscraper, right? But like, this is what I'm telling you. Do you, and the people who like you doing you will gravitate towards you. With this guy, it's going to go one of two ways. He's either going to vibe with you as a person or he's not going to vibe with you as a person. If he vibes with you, great. You guys will be able to get along really, really easily. It's going to be fun. If he doesn't, it's going to suck for this much time. And then it's not. Time heals everything. You'll be fine. If this is a middle school crush, I actually do remember my middle school crushes. Trisha, I hope you're doing well. Whatever. But like that's the thing is that it's like if it goes well, great. Take the win. If it doesn't, it's no big deal. But what you should never, ever, ever do is change the shit you wear, what you say, what you do, what you enjoy to try to fit the mold of this guy. Because he's going to start liking something that doesn't exist. Real you is going to pop out one way or the other. It's just a matter of time. So you need to present what you want him to fall for, okay? And if he doesn't, do not waste your goddamn time. Cool? Cool. So what I'd recommend, be you. Keep doing your thing, but do not change. Continue being yourself. Take note, if he's not into the way that you're dressing, don't change the way you're dressing, but note that it's like, okay, there are things that we don't click on, and that's okay. But do not change yourself to fit this guy, okay? Do you? It sounds like he's already pretty cool with you. Keep struggling in English. That's what I did. I could never have written out a four-banger like phonetically. Okay, so no. Emily, you're gonna be just fine. Just roll with it. Keep being yourself. You're gonna be absolutely just fine. Okay. I need advice. This one is from Amber. Here we go. Dear Mr. Tyler Francis Chakowski. Hey, you know my middle name, but you spelled my last name wrong. You said Jacowski. I just spelled it wrong. It's Jackowski. It's phonetic. Jack ow ski. Jack said ow when he went skiing. Maybe he hit a tree, like me. First, your content slaps. Like, laugh until your soda comes out from your nose funny. That sounds painful. Like water coming out of your nose, milk coming out of your nose, fine. Soda, carbonated beverage, sugar, up the nasal, no. But I appreciate that. Also, mildly, okay, sometimes majorly cringy, but that's all part of the magic. Hey, if there's something I can do, awkward, cringy shit. Come to me for that. I got you. And listen, I also am kind of unapologetically this, so you're going to keep getting it. If you enjoy it, you're going to love this. Down to business. Oh, this one's another advice about a guy. Down to business. I have a serious case of feelings for my guy best friend. Let's call him Skylar. Hello, Skylar. Because his actual name is top secret and definitely not Skylar. Amber, I'm starting to think his name's Skylar. You're not helping me here. I'm just going to read what you write. We've been buddies since the Jurassic period, or at least 6th grade. Now we're in 9th, and out of nowhere, I've caught the, oh, now I like him bug. Here's my problem. He started as the honorary second brother, but now it's all hearts and butterflies. I'm terrified of ruining our friendship and the idea of rejection. Yeah, no thanks. So what's the plan? Do I, 1, pretend my feelings are in witness protection? I love the way you write. I love it. Do I, 1, pretend my feelings are in witness protection and never mention them? Or 2, spill the beans and risk spontaneous combustion from embarrassment? And bonus round, if I do tell him, is there a way that doesn't require me to, actually say it to his face? My courage levels are currently lower than my math grade. Yikes. No matter what, thanks for being the Lorax/Hamilton combo the world never knew it needed. Oh. Yours in emotional chaos, lost in love, Amber. All right. I'm going to tell you something that I wish somebody had told me sooner. You're better off to try something and let it be a shit show and go up in flames than to be unsure. Okay? Let me say that one more time and maybe I'll word it a little differently. You're better to know how something went than to live in what if. Okay? And that mentality is going to lead you down a lot of situations where you are going to feel bad. Right? You're going to get hurt. You're going to feel taken advantage of, but you're going to grow as a person much faster. Okay? Because you're never going to have to wonder like, man, what if I told him I liked him? Right? You're never going to have to wonder like, oh, what if I applied to that school? Or, oh, what if I tried to get this job? Or what if I tried to make friends with this person? when it goes to shit or it goes great, you will have the mental calm of saying, I know how it went. I tried it. It went amazing or it went horrible. And that is the best gift that you can give yourself. Try it. If it goes horribly, it's okay. Things are going to go wrong 100%. What you need to do is you need to be able to experience it so that you know the end goal, right? So what I would say is tell him. Just be like, hey, like when you're at a moment where you two are just like kind of hanging out, it's just you two, like, let's say you're like sitting somewhere, you're out somewhere, you're eating whatever you do, or even over message. It's okay to do it over message. Just say like, hey, I just want to let you know, I think you're really, really cool. I'd love to start trying to like, I'd love to take you on a date, or I'd love to go out with you. You know, something like this. I think you're a great person. I'd love to, you know, try this out, see where it takes us. The worst thing he's going to do, the worst case scenario, he'll be like, I don't see you that way. Okay. And that's not like an irrecoverable situation, right? You like, sure, you're going to feel super embarrassed for this much time. You're in 9th grade. You are a baby. Okay. You have so much you're going to experience that's going to be worse than this. This is going to look like a walk in the park, but you're going to be ready for it because you did yourself a favor. You tried it. Also, just as likely, he's like, yeah, I think you're awesome. Let's hang out. Let's go do whatever you guys like to do. Okay. The possibility of it going right is equally realistic as the possibility of it going wrong. Remember that. Okay. Let's do one more because we only have 8 more minutes. And I'm going to get you guys out of here. So let's find one more. Let me see. Okay. All right. Here we go. This one is from Samiksha. Samiksha, if I pronounce your name wrong, literally DM me and tell me how to pronounce it right. I will correct it on the next podcast. Samiksha. Got it. Hi, if you respond, I'll cry from happiness. Get to it, Shamiksha. I want to hear you crying from here. Go ahead. All right. I've watched your videos since 2 years ago, and I've watched all your podcasts on Spotify even 3 times. You're a real one. You're about to be featured in the next one. I can hear you crying from here. Anyways, my name is Sam. Oh, love a nickname. But if you like your full name, don't settle for people calling you a nickname. I can say Samiksha, I think. If I'm saying it right, I can say Samiksha. Get people to learn your real name if you want them to. Don't just settle for a nickname because that's stupid. I was born in India. Welcome to the chat, India. Holy crap, this is sick. My biological parents put me in adoption shelter when I was 1 year old. I was adopted by an American couple who now I love and call mom and dad. That's beautiful. Congratulations. I lived in India for 8 years. Then I moved to America in Ohio. I heard Ohio can be beautiful. I've also been called Ohio, which apparently means I have a skibbity riz. I don't know what I just said. If I just said a slur, can you just let me know that it's not a right thing to say? Then moved to America in Ohio for 5 years, and I recently moved to Brazil. You're so well traveled. Do you know how sick of an adult you're about to be? Okay. It's my first year here, and I'm very, very hyper person. Yo, we're one and the same. We can make it. You're going to be fine. Okay. I love talking a lot. Since I came here, though, no one wants to be my friend. I've tried asking them to talk to me, but they kind of ignore me. And since it's a Portuguese English school, I'm very excluded. Okay. I've tried everything from asking them questions to working with them on projects. I've been here for 4 months. What should I do? Anyways, if you get this and just write back a hi, I'll be so happy. I'll do you one better, Sam. Hi, it's Mr. J. Hi, Sam. From India, then Ohio, then Brazil. Hi. Jesus, you guys think I'm so exclusive. I'm not. Anyway, sorry for my bad spelling. Your spelling was perfect. Stop it. Don't do that to yourself. So here's what I've noticed about you, Sam. You have a tendency to put yourself down as if you're not doing things correctly. Your spelling, if you read this, I'll lose my mind. You're worthy of writing this in and being read and being talked to and being given this advice. You're cool. And I fear that you bring that same level of anxiety into conversations with potential friends. You go into the conversation shit, are they going to like me? Do you like you? Yeah? Okay, then why wouldn't they? I think that what you need to do is you need to start faking it till you make it on the confidence side of things, and you're going to be golden. Another thing, in what I'm going to leave you with here, is things find you a lot of the time when you stop looking for them. If you go into a room and you're like, I'm going to make 7 friends, there's a fairly good chance you don't make one, right? Because you're setting yourself up for an expectation of, I'm going to be successful. When in reality, there's a spectrum of success, right? But if you walk into a room being like, yo, I got me, we're going to be cool, I just want to have a good time, and if I meet some people, great, you're lowering the pressure on yourself, and you're lowering the possibility of, like, if you don't make 25 friends, then you failed. Because that's never the case, okay? So all this to say, I think that you just need to let that confidence that you should have from living in India, then Ohio, and then Brazil. You have more worldly knowledge than I do. Way more. And that knowledge will bring confidence that most people don't have. These people in this Portuguese English school, a lot of them have probably only lived in Brazil. Okay? You can bring a lot of understanding and knowledge and confidence into these conversations. Channel that. Fake it. Walk in and be like, yo, I'm the shit. I know what I'm doing, you know? And it's like people gravitate towards that type of confidence. And I had to fake it for a long time. Eventually, it'll just become natural, okay? Sam, you're going to be fine. Get out there. I don't know any Portuguese aside from that one song where it's super catchy, but it turns out that it's like super, super dirty, and I accidentally sang it on TikTok. It is what it is. But listen, all the stories that I read today, there's one commonality. You're the shit. You're awesome. You don't need to worry about, like, oh, what if people don't like me? You like you. I like you, okay? You're here. You're in the community. You're cool. Go off and just be you, because it's the shit. So keep fixating on, I want to become the coolest version of me, and nothing else matters, okay? You're going to be fine, all right? Listen. First episode back, baby. And we got a cool studio, which I'm probably going to be back at for the next episode. You could be anywhere in the world. You could be with Sam down in Brazil. You could be with Christ, anyone else that we talk to. Like, you could be anywhere, but you sat down for 45 minutes and you listened to this. And I hope that the advice, if I didn't get to your advice, I'm so sorry. I'm going to look through all of them. The segment for advice is going to be a little bit longer in the next episode, but like, I got you, okay? I got your back. I'm here for you. I'm going to keep being here for you. If you need something to just chill you out, come on in. The No One Asked for This podcast, we're going to be doing weekly episodes. There will be a decision on when it gets posted, and I'm going to try to stick to that as much as I possibly can. Probably Mondays or Tuesdays, okay? So let's play around with that, because this place can film on weekends. We'll make it work. Listen, I love you all. You're the bomb. You are up here for me. I can't even express that enough. I love you. I appreciate you. Go do your thing. Go check out Classroom Horror Stories. They drop every Friday. And then, yeah, I love you all. I'll see you guys soon. Go crush it out there. I'll see you in the next episode of No One Asked for This podcast. Deuces.